I don't know about you. When I was growing up, I hardly knew what Sukkot was. I know. We had, in the temple some kind of sukkah, and it was about the harvest. I didn't really get it. That's about all I knew. And what I discovered through learning about it is it's one of the greatest holidays imaginable. And I am eager to share it with anybody who's interested in learning about this great holiday. Sukkot is something like the dessert to the high holidays. If you go through Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and don't have dessert, and don't have Sukkot, it's like you had a meal without dessert. I don't know about you, but if I have a meal and don't have a dessert, I feel like I didn't finish the meal. So how does it work? How is that the dessert? Because Sukkot, the idea of Sukkot, the challenge of Sukkot and the beauty of Sukkot is it's actually quite simple. It's to leave your house and live in a structure. It could have concrete walls. It could be a very permanent structure, but it has branches and leaves overhead. No roof. No solid roof. So that if it were to rain, the rain would come in. If there was sunshine, a little bit of sun would come in. That's what Sukkot is in the heart of it. How's that the dessert to the dinner of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur? Because Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is all about course correction in my life, changing from where I'm going to where I want to go, to reminding myself what kind of person do I want to be and become, and making that course correction for the next year, and cleansing myself of all the negativity, all the ego materialism that has built up inside of me the past year. If I've done that successfully, then I should be able to sit in a sukkah, which represents the idea that truly the only protection in this world is not my house and not my bank account and not my friends and not my job. All that is potentially could be destroyed, God forbid. I can't rely on any of that ultimately. The only thing that a person can ultimately rely on is the creator of everything. That's the only guarantee of anything. If God wills it, it'll happen. If God doesn't will, it won't happen. That's the bottom line. And by being in the sukkah, it lets me to physically put my money where my proverbial mouth is, or my proverbial money where my mouth is. It lets me do that because I'm sitting in a room with these branches overhead. And if I've really done that work of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, if I've actually done the work, it's a beautiful thing. It's like, yeah, I really do feel this transcendence. I really do feel this connection. I really do feel this new level of trust that I didn't have last week. I have gained a little bit more of that. It's such a happy time. And then the harvest element, when we bring in, people sometimes decorate the sukkah with various fruits, and this is the harvest time for a lot of our agriculture, the fruits, especially the apples and the grapes are all ripe at this time. That's, of course, the bounty of the earth. That's what makes life whole, the physical life very whole, is when we have the bounty of the earth to eat and enjoy. And a person, at least a Jewish person, needs to remember that and enjoy that. And that's why Sukkah is called, where Passover is called the time of freedom, Sukkah is called the time of happiness. And it's interesting, when the Talmud refers to the festival, the holiday, without telling us which one, but the holiday, the epitome of all holidays, the archetype of all holidays, you wouldn't have guessed it, but it's talking about Sukkot. Sukkot is the epitome of what a holiday should be, which is purely the idea I'm living a life of connectedness. I'm living a life of transcendence, that I'm not relying on the physical, material world to protect me. I know that earthquakes happen, hurricanes happen, things happen. I can't rely on 100% on anything in the material world. That's what Sukkot is all about. If you happen to be in my neck of the woods, please come to my sukkah.